Hey. Chat about anxiety. My anxiety levels are high just because I'm doing a live. Good one, Jen. Anyway, happy Tuesday afternoon. I hope you're all doing well and your loved ones are doing well, or at least doing the best you can, like we all are at the moment. Thought I'd have a little chat about anxiety, actually. Everyone around the globe right now is going to be experiencing heightened anxiety levels. A lot of people are probably experiencing it for the first time and they might not even recognise what it is. Of course, there's a lot of people with chronic anxiety already whose levels are going to be super duper high, and I really feel for those people. Anything you've learnt, any tools you've got in your toolbox, you just have to keep on using them and keep on getting through each day the best you can. I know with my own anxiety, I have experienced depression and chronic anxiety, and it's not in the far too distant past, actually. I spent 18 to 24 months really struggling with that, and medicated for that, really hid in my house. Like, I only went out for work and that was it. I have been on top of it for the past 12 months. I've been medication free for 12 months, and I guess I thought I was on top of it until 10 days ago. Probably about 10 days ago, there was a feeling right here, and it felt heavy and dark and made me feel like I couldn't breathe properly. And it probably took me a day to think, I know this one, I know who you are, your anxiety. I have some idea, at least, of recognising it, even though it took me a bit of time. Anyway, I've actually come to be grateful for that 18 months or 2 years of having it quite severely, because it has helped me recognise it quickly. And, I guess I have managed it in the last 12 months in that there was only one or two things I still did, like constantly as habits, which helped me get through that time. And one of them is putting a blindfold on at night. The other one is meditating, which I definitely don't do enough. Anyway, this feeling came here, and the breathing starts getting a bit harder, and throughout the day it gets harder and harder until I actually find myself gasping for breath. And I realise then, I think, when was the last time I actually did breathe? Because I'm not even noticing it. And then I think it's stupid, I must be breathing or I'd be passed out on the floor. And interestingly, when I talked to my chiropractor about it, she said anxiety can often affect your posture. So my posture's never been great anyway. It's always been a bit hunched and forwards. But when you're anxious, you start hunching more and closing more, and your diaphragm's closing. You're changing, like putting pressure on your ribs and everything. And this actually is like a negative feedback loop with anxiety, because that kind of position gets you ready to run. The fight and flight response, that gets you ready to run or fight, which is then feeding your anxiety more and more. So I had to start remembering to put my arms out every now and then, my head a bit forward and a bit up. And it's much easier to breathe like that than it is hunched over. Just try it. But I don't remember to do it all the time. I'll just suddenly think, when did I breathe last? Oh, shit. And then it just feeds in on itself, and it gets harder and harder to breathe until I get on top of it. It also seems to be a bit of a cycle through the day. Like it kind of climbs up and then drops off, and climbs up and drops off, and the waves get bigger and the drops get smaller. Between about now and 7 p.m. is my peak time for this anxiety breathing thing. While I'm cooking dinner is my peak time. I don't know why. I should be distracted by the cooking of the food, but I think it's because I'm sitting there with time, mindfully cooking and thinking of other things. and the breathing gets harder and harder. And then once I'm actually sitting down with my family and eating dinner, it's like magically disappears. Anyway, so I have got a lot of strategies. I was actually chatting to a family member last night, and they asked me how I was going, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going pretty good, and I do have a lot of tools in my toolbox that I'm using, and I probably have 15 of them. And then I thought, am I exaggerating? Do I really have that many? So I've actually made a list, and I think I've got 19 things at the moment listed that I employ to help me manage my anxiety. Like, what we're going through now, you can't stop anxiety, so all you can do is do your best to manage it. And it really only becomes a problem when it gets overwhelming and unmanageable. So this isn't medical advice or a cure or anything like that. It's just some strategies helpful for me. Everyone's different, and I do implore you to see your doctor if you're not getting on top of it, or you're starting to think, oh, I'm getting overwhelmed or whatever. Please see your doctor and get some professional referrals. I think even telehealth is going to be doing some online kind of counselling services and stuff. Just plug in if you need it, because this is something none of us have ever gone through. It's different. It's new for all of us, and mental health of society, it's just so important right now. And you know, we already have a bit of a scourge of mental health problems, and this is just going to escalate that. So it's so important to get on top of it, find what can work for you, what you can do. So here's my list. Yes, thanks Renee. Renee's just suggested the app Smiling Mind. That's probably one I need to work on with my breathing as well. So on my list, number 1, hydration. Pretty obvious, I suppose, but a dehydrated body is a stressed body, and it can't help you. Like, it can't help you if you're not helping it. I should probably add, you need to support yourself, mind, body and spirit. You need all these 3 things kind of attended to help you manage your anxiety. So hydration first, healthy nutritious food second. I've probably been plugging that message for about the last 3 or 4 years. The other thing I'm finding really helpful are my vitamin supplements. A stress support tonic, which is a naturopath-based tonic. Like, there's bioproducts. From stress, you get bioproducts, and the tonic kind of helps my body deal with those bioproducts and eliminate them. So I know if I don't take that tonic every day, I become grumpy mum on a normal day, and now everything's a bit abnormal. So I can't live without that at the moment. My essential oils, I have a blend here actually, which has peppermint, lemon, eucalyptus, and another one. And when I'm really having trouble getting on top of the feeling that I can't get enough air, then I just put a bit in my hand and I'm just breathing in. And this too acts as a way of me focusing on my breathing, and I find it actually does calm me down. And Kat hates that, by the way, the eucalyptus. Calms me down, focuses on breathing and regular breathing, and makes me realise that I have to breathe a bit deeper, because anxiety makes you also, that was another thing from before, when your posture's bad, anxiety also makes you breathe shallow and up in the top half. And I can tell that now I'm actually getting internally a little bit sore from too much shallow breathing. So essential oils, so that was my one. I breathe in to help with my breathing, and I have a couple of others that just help me calm. I do take them under my tongue. Some essential oils. Not everyone likes taking or agrees with taking essential oils internally, but half of the foods you buy that are flavoured have essential oils in them. Just remember that. Daily sunshine, 5-10 minutes to get the vitamin D for boosting my immune system, and not just that, but the sunshine makes me feel happy. Daily exercise, a minimum of 20-minute walk. So I've gone from working 5 days a week where I'm fairly active at work to coming home and only having, not having that activity as additional to having a 20-minute walk. So I've still got to make sure I do this minimum 20-minute walk, and so far Dave and I have been managing to do at least 40-45 minutes. while I'm out, there's a tree around the corner that I love connecting with, and I just stand against it with my back to it and just watch up in the sky, and I do 10 counts of breaths, and it just gets me in a mindful space, and it helps time slow down a bit for me and just helps me relax. Today I've been all right, but the last 3 days, Thursday and Friday, was probably my most stressful days so far, with what I had to get organised at work with animals moving around and stuff. So Saturday and Sunday and actually Monday, I just had to have afternoon naps. My brain just kept saying, I need to reboot. And that was a way of dealing with that stress. Feel great, feel a lot better. That, like, allowing myself to have that time, to have those, to listen to my body and do what it's asking me is a big help. Hot herbal tea, mindfully sip. I should look into how to do those Japanese tea ceremonies or something. Maybe there's an online one. That would probably be fun and mindful and just slow down time a bit. Gratitude list is something I do every day that helps me remain positive, which can help keep on top of my anxiety, or sometimes I might just read the list of 100 things that I wrote out the other week. I think very importantly, unplugging from the news, maybe just looking at it once a day, or just listening to the official announcements of what's going on is enough, because there's just so much crappy news out there. I stupidly looked at one today that was showing, how many households have how much in their bank account and how long it's going to last them, and it just brought me down, and I just thought, fuck, I shouldn't even be watching this shit. So I unplugged and went outside for a few minutes. No more of that. It's just not going to serve us at all. Remember, the media is there to make money. Nothing wrong with making money, but good news doesn't make the money. Unplug from them, and I'm trying to plug into more. I'm in quite a lot of good vibe tribes on Facebook where people are sharing positive stories, motivational stuff, things like that, sending out love and kindness. That's what I'm choosing to plug into. Good vibe tribe. So if you have one that you're in, plug into it a bit more. If you don't, just send me a PM. I'll find one that might be suitable for you. I have mindset coaching every day, which I've done for months now. So I'm just making sure I do keep on top of that. And even if I can plug into more than one thing a day, it's important. Surprisingly, something that helped me with my breathing the other day was I was driving somewhere, and I was actually getting a bit overwhelmed by the feeling that I couldn't get enough breath. And a song came on, and I just started singing, and I just suddenly realised that, hey, this is really helping me. So maybe it's singing, makes you do more kind of focused breathing and makes you exhale properly. So that really helped me. So sing it out loud if you need to. Hugs with the hubby, hugs with the cat, patting the cat, that's all helping me. Going to bed when I'm tired at night, that is helping me. And it's really important again there, I take a supplement like magnesium to help me fall asleep a bit quicker, and some essential oils aromatically. Last night was probably my worst night for falling asleep because I had a sudden anxiety attack about the 2 pythons living in my garage. And I've been worried about the glass on one of the cabinets, and is that glass strong enough for the big snake that's in there, and if he moves around too much, will he break the glass? And my mind just went absolutely crazy. And every time, and it just kind of magnified all the noises I was hearing. And every time I heard a noise, it was like, oh, is that a python on the loose? So I eventually just got so tired I fell asleep. But I don't think I remembered my magnesium last night, so I have to remember that. And number 19, laughter. As often as you can, find an excuse to crack a joke with a loved one. In-joke, whatever, find something funny, watch a funny movie. Laughter is the best medicine, they say, and I have to agree. That's definitely going to help with anxiety levels. So what I still really need to work on is a bit less Facebook scrolling. and a bit more getting into a routine again. Like I've just done 9 weeks of Monday to Friday, which before that I was only doing 3 days work a week, and then I was doing 5 days work a week. I'm just getting the hang of a routine, and then bang, I don't have one. So now I'm like, oh, I always kind of did want a bit more time at home, but now I've got to try and reschedule things to work in a way that flows for me. I need to do more meditating and more breathing stuff. So it's actually funny. I think, I did wake up this morning with a mission and a vision in mind, and I'm really excited. And this is what I've come up with. In my notes, actually, yeah. I have actually got a few ideas for projects, and I keep complaining to myself I never have the time to do them. So now the universe has given me that time. So instead of focusing on the downside of why we have this spare time, suddenly I'm focusing on this spare time as being more of a gift. So if anyone here has heard of Reiki, it's a system of healing. It's something there's only probably a couple of people here that know this, that I'm a master at Reiki, and I learnt it back in 2001. I actually practiced for maybe 3 or 4 years, I think, and guided a few students through to all the way through level 2, and then I just suddenly stopped it. I don't know why. I think I sort of selfishly kept it for myself, and just used it on myself and on Dave when he was snoring. And even then it kind of dropped off slowly. But a few months ago, it came to me that this is something that I want to do again. It's a gift to have and a gift to give. And I was chatting to a friend who wanted to do it too, or had just started, and a conversation come up when I said, oh, I'm actually a master at that, and I really should do that again. And it just came about that I ended up offering to attune her when she wants to do level 2 and 3. And I was really excited by that. But then I just kept finding I didn't have the time to schedule it, or I had other higher priorities over that. I also lack the confidence because I haven't taught it for so long, or, used a lot of the techniques for so long, that my confidence is gone. And I just kept thinking, oh, there's people out there doing better than me, or why would anyone want to do it through me, or I can't do this, or whatever. I'm making all these freaking excuses. You know what it's like. So this morning I've woken up and I thought, you know what? I've been given this time as a gift. I've wanted to do this, and I can do it. And I even enrolled in a online course so I could relearn the techniques and just refresh my memory. So what I want to do, and what I want to offer anyone who is interested, is come and learn Reiki with me. I'm just going to set up a group where I'm going to go on every day. It could be a live video, it could be something written, it could be a pre-recorded video, maybe the occasional group chat on a Zoom call or something. But if I set this up and help teach other people, it makes me accountable. It makes me get my shit together and do it finally, and it's something that you all can use. And I think it's one of the extra tools I can use for myself for managing my anxiety and stuff at the moment. And it might be something you could use, or you can help others with. So it's probably going to take me a couple of days to just set that up. But if you would like to be in on that, then I would love you to just shoot me a message and say you're interested, so I can invite you in once I set a group up. It's probably going to be pretty rough and rustic at first, so we're almost all going in as beginners, but we'll get there. Reiki's something that you never lose it, even if you don't use it. It's always a part of you, but I just need to refresh my memory, refresh my techniques, and actually focus on something. Anyway, it's up to you. I hope something in this video has been helpful to you. Sorry it's so long. I do try to keep them short, but it's really hard sometimes. And I did have a lot to go through today, and I haven't been on live for a while, so I thought, oh well, we'll just go with the flow. So again, if you'd like to come learn Reiki with Jen, I'd love you to just shoot me a message, say, yeah, I'm in, and we'll set something up. And it's totally free. Like, the energy exchange, there is an energy exchange with Reiki. Sometimes people charge money, sometimes people just want you to do it because it's so helpful. It can be so helpful. If it's not your thing, that doesn't matter. This video was never for you. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Love you all. Stay safe and talk to you later. Bye.